Etiefo mechiachia obia. And the video we say you better try say you better answer to your father KSM. The interviewer on Fifi Pratt ekokoye no Kingdom Plus. Okeka ensem bi for Bible ho, okay? Na ensem okeka ye no utimi hunu say most of the ensem na okaka nyina no based on his understanding. Bia de ono kan say de wote ase no ana say bia say de wate no na wo gina so the JJ Bible no, okay? Enti me pese me ma no another perspective. Bia obetimi de hunu bibia fa say okay, the understanding of the Bible no was wrong. No are retracting his statement, no are asking for forgiveness because in seminar okeka honum na emu di papa. So enti we say Mr. So we video we say now it is not about KSM. It is not about him personally, but it's about how now he was speaking about the Bible, no? And we are trying to all educate ourselves. Okay, enti Mr. KSM, I think say in this interview, no, on mention say he is like 65. Okay, enti onya akora enti misrewa say bia wo interview we say bi no woni ne nya adwene wo de wakafa Nyankopon ho na, okay, still no, it doesn't give you the right to say obedi na term because the all can be on only point of view no kasa free enti he could have been misinformed into all kasa no, or he's speaking out of what ignorance. It doesn't mean say this man no or a well-educated person, okay, but it doesn't mean say obi a well-educated, no, he will have all knowledge until we can all help ourselves, you know, and give informations out so they pay a beboa amanaire what enemy be as, okay. It's KSM e kasa fa Bible no moment in sem na kafa Bible no ho no bi no na yen try say beboa na so ama understand bi abeden abetu bedwam because KSM you will be as say make no na ne afi wanyini wasa wo TV so ache or dom enipa tie no so wo hu enti sometimes no nipa de o makoma tu nipa so and say some people no they follow omo enkofo bi omo tie o masem so enti say bi a asem bi honom na KSM beka obefa de yedwuma me can the same asem na onfa nya edwuma so because ono obu KSM as o follow no sa na nyina yetie obi a obabi a wotie the news free be a news the same news no TV station we can this news now on accept over because of mo twantro ugo koto no wo TV channel no mo can the same after over accept so ho enti since the case na no duru akire no ti be say bia ye video we say no bia obetimi asua bibia firi ha say no na de na won tie say na ma ne kasa say de o kasa ye no watimi achenyi na no na aboa mama fo so aje anya ntiase, okay, nti mo ma yentie ensema ye course wo ha say
yes, na say most years back and chebi amete say na wo keka say Bible Bible what say oji Bible di na mu nsem no de wonje ni wo ka bibi sa
dem be kan say me Nyankopon di.
Okay,
I believe that there's a God.
Okay,
I believe that there's a creator.
Okay,
but the creator I believe in is not what the Bible talks about. Maybe it's a different creator. I don't argue with
it. If you say Bible no, and something woman from where?
I think the Bible comes from Nipa man made thinking. To say me kwaku sintina metiaye. Na say kwaku nti wadwen efa Nyankopon ho no ye den. Na maka madwen.
Okay.
To me make a dream, and then that dream me it gets coded into history. Now it becomes the opinion of God. But would you or a case in a case in a dream? That's what I think. Say the people who wrote the Bible, they came out with the vision of God according to their reality.
Oh, okay.
But it's not really where I stand. It's not really it's not really the God.
Okay, it's here for him say mo nyina mama muti de your father KSM e kan ha say this is okay. You busa ne say about the Bible no course no ka bibi say bia mate say wo ka say for Bible no nsem bibire. E na KSM pass ni sana na o ka de o kan ne say o gidi say Nyankopon wo honom. O gidi say obaade wo honom. But the onu gidi no enye no Bible no mu no. Na Bible mu no eye obi opinion ye bu say obi question na odwen say Nyankopon te sen ene Nyankopon na kan Nyankopon wa kan nsem bia na omu so say Nyankopon na kan bibi say na o kan honom no, okay, enti asem o kan wo ha say na okay say de ono no tie no ense ye bu say na wo so onu gidi say Nyankopon honom enti how na ono view ni Nyankopon no saa na odwen se saa na Bible for so view omo Nyankopon. So what say na enti at the moment no ogira the same position ono no so no view of Nyankopon ogine di. So onim Nyankopon bia o onim Nyankopon bia because they work no ono Nyankopon na ogine di no je say onhunu ono no ogine di ono wa create ono an so Nyankopon. Enti the same thing na ono accuse Bible no the same thing ono so here. So what they say the same thing now they accuse Bible no has say no the same thing because it was a Bible ni obi opinion obi perspective of God but also on one perspective of God and he kind of say Bible mu then there cry book be the honor na people can follow this book no but on only God and then there how now on be view no because say God ni good no so what I say say na akwa ye wa say at the moment no there on share dan can anything biana different from the accuse Bible no off no because also he believes in God but ono na adwene no so what I say moment to aso
Fifi Nyankopon mesom no different from the God in the Bible.
Sir?
Yes.
How?
Or consistent. The God in the Bible is the most inconsistent God I have seen in my life.
Hey.
Okay, some one TB or say ono ni God na or some no or some the God no that means the God no so one time introduce na nkyere yen so on sa enu bi na ya na me ntiase no some people no will come on the radio station they will be speaking about the Bible and most of the time no he na host na nkasa no he believes in the Bible so somebody introducing a new God no and then he is claiming that the God now you worship no is obey use words be what say now he will say it himself okay this he is accusing or calling or saying blasphemous words in front of you about your God but sometimes not host ni omote honom omonkasa instead of the host no say on so be mana ayi ni Nyankopon na ono som no o say me Nyankopon am som no or you different from the one in the Bible ono ni Nyankopon ye consistent. Just say Nyankopon on this Bible mo so who is he? That means that you worship him, you know how your God is. Nanka what introduce no dia kira amansan. Nanka ye hunu say okay, at the kronti a wo Nyankopon ye consistent no because of ABCD. Nanka ye nya entiase. Someone say but host for no mo musa questions be say no because akwakoba ne say majority and say enipa bebre wo honom na because of propaganda brainwashing into okay. If you are speaking against the Bible with no reason, just by speaking against the Bible, no, with any reason, Papa Biantia, so host no for someone who say baby views in a cacono, and in on my home quine, not because of their stomach, and I say baby sir, and I say because best trending into not on my home quine, my mouth for you so where to be very bad. And to KSM can say was some that means he worships this God or you're consistent. Okay, and or when he found but the God in the Bible no inconsistent. Son or can see no community at the quantity or cancer.
Emodu. Masa. The God in the Bible tells us that this God is an all-knowing God. Only Bibia. He's a sovereign God. Nothing goes above him. He knows every single thing. The Bible tells me that even before I was born, he knew the number of hair in my head. Fifi, any small God you are talking about too. But at the same time, no.
Okay, and for some reason, say the God in the Bible no what describe on a young parts and the Bible Nyankopon wonim dachi wonim bibia but wo wonim hwe wo wonim menye nyina no nim ye dachi say what I say na and I make can say sure being educated no so sometimes no education no betimi am some petty things do honum na e be mesew because your thinking your level of thinking no akwakoduru in the stage bia any man kiti bo honum na emma wa adwene mu kurampo so emma wa adwene enti e happen so whatever may to us ono I describe the God in the Bible not how now the God in the Bible no the true God no say he knows everything he's only bibia utrimi kura before say bebo no onim nyina okay but at the moment onyan kan bibia nkyere ono ni God no ho So the God is in the same no tea and answer one tea because he never on can be out. It's a Bible no God on our chase is you know I am pastor so okay, but they or misunderstanding no a bit more better as here.
The same Bible will tell me of a God who, for example,
Mm-hmm.
or instructed Saul to go and kill the Amalekites or whatever. Now Saul and yet. And that same God comes and says, I regret that I made Saul king. Why not confuse me now? Because the God that I know doesn't regret.
Yeah.
The God that he knows doesn't regret. And he kept on saying certain words now. I was really expecting, say, these hosts will ask him, so who is this God that you worship? Who is this God that you know that doesn't regret? Who is he? Can you say something? Introduce him so that we will know. But the host never did such a thing. Okay. But the problem was this is where I have a problem. Because the Bible God, the true God, is saying, say, he regrets for making Saul a king. So the understanding now I get from the Bible. The Bible, no, you see, God is something unique. God is a miracle. God is not a human being. God is not something that we can all see with our naked eyes. God is a spirit. But we are human beings. For God to deal with us, for God to show us certain things, he has to show us in a way now we will understand. God, you see, if for God to show us love, if God says he loves us, we never see God, we can never see God. So he has to find a way to communicate with us and show us that it hurts him what you do. If God decides, because he knows the future, he knows what everything is going to happen. If he takes the knowledge that he knows and he punishes people, you are going to complain. You will see the complaint in this video. My changing camera. I said, I'm trying. Say sometimes, okay, me sorry, me make sense because I'm trying to improve my language, my English language. Okay, that is why sometimes, I'm me camera because me being on social media, okay, I'm trying to use it to improve myself too. Okay, to make camera phone because I was very shy in speaking in English before. Now I'm a very shy person, but since I started speaking in English, I am gaining this confidence now. I really appreciate. I really like that. Okay, if you want to make kasana me call English and I say me camp brofo na me country na and trust me person be me yahoma so because me brofo no P6 brofo and me find this okay, but I'm still me proud of it. So God, okay, God nyankopon ono ni tumi ne so say ye pese ne nyankopon no anase ye ntimi nhunu nyankopon agi se wono wayi ne ho adi a kire yen. That is why now her Bible now, right from beginning Genesis, you will hear say God came in the garden, God walking in the garden. This is some things now because that is the way now we will feed the father and son love. He comes to you because you cannot go to him. Where he is, you cannot come just like that. So he has a way of communicating with people. What make you way and you as a human being, you know what when somebody say, I regret doing this now. You know, because one man in feel very sorry. Say the ebia okoko shia obi wa abonten a waye nipa basabasa. Wo de wonim, okay wonim nipa krono, but nipa krono ofa so oba. And I won't say, oh, and some akwa amanye bebre mu. And I will find nipa kro be na ade ne ba ofie. Obema na gandi man baby die. And I say ade chi na nipa kro no wa robo ne ma nyina. Ana so wa ye wade bia ma na hyew kese pa. Enti o ka say, oh, me real ho say me ye we say na. Oh, now God wants you to know, say if you disobey him, how it feels. And for you to know this, and then he's giving you the example in the Bible. And there are many examples in the Bible. So God saying, I regret, it doesn't mean he didn't know, but he wants you to know that you disobeying his laws, it hurts him. So what you're saying now? Say joy, God, Bible verse go or feel joy if you obi accepted no obi decide to follow God now or feel joy. He wants you to know, say he knows already, but you don't know that he knows. You don't know the future, so he has to let everything happens and gives you examples. Say the God, he is thinking about you, he loves you. You can hurt his feelings. So and he made these things, these statements, for you to know, say You disobey him, he giving you clear orders, no new rules to follow. No, you not following. No, you have hurt him. One man, and he is using this for you to know that disobeying him. No, okay. Until I say my regret here. Say the severeness of the issue. That is how the Bible is. It is it's not about you. We are worshiping God through the Bible, but the God has manifested himself in a way now we as human beings, we can understand. And that is how the Bible is. So God doesn't mean he has regretted. Let me give you an example, okay? There is a perfect example. Say Abia, and now I say meba my one, my second born, okay? What is 6 months? 6 months, okay? I say, oh, it was a one panye do one na a compulsory so be war bano, and there was some extra ones be able say chase can work, okay? And see, me de me bana ye koko one panye no, okay? You could one panye like 2 days ago. You could one panye, you call the first one. Osun brutal. Yeah, koko panye we say no. We know say she was going to go through pain. We know this because it also akraketwa. They won the panye, they wanted 3 different panye at the same time. We knew say she was going to go through these pains, but at the after say I won the panye na me bani suno. Okay, I can even say I regret for bringing her here, but me bringing her there, no, okay, doesn't mean say I didn't know. I knew. But her parents, they are not all, no, name no come no, a bit of my grandpa, and my say, oh, my room for hoy. Me no more grandpa something the coy. That what you're saying? It doesn't mean that I didn't know that it was going to happen. So, this is how God is communicating with the people, everybody, including you. What your decision hurts God too. It hurts his feeling. You calling God all these names, no, it hurts his feelings, and he's letting you know. Okay, so okay, I hope that it makes sense. And not say I hope say you understand. And the God, no, God is God, at least the true God in the Bible, he has a communication, he has a way of interacting with human beings. It's not like the other religions. There are other religions where the God doesn't even care, he doesn't even enter into his creation. So you don't even know if he's there. You see now, you don't even know if the God exists. But in the Bible, we have ways to know because he comes in the form of man. He comes in the form of fire to meet with Moses. He comes in the form of different things. Angels. Right from the beginning, we have a pattern in the Bible where God appears in various ways to people, okay, and communicates and shows passion, shows love. So that is what the Bible is talking about, Mr. KSM, okay? Let's continue.
He knows all things.
Mm-hmm.
So God knows that some make catch solely on yet. And yes, also mean catch soul na minhwe. So be an on yet. No one ya. I can say, manu. God doesn't regret.
I already explained.
These are the simple things I talk about. Oh, God is not the God of my regret is me say. No, because he knew way in advance.
So it is clear. The regret is not because he didn't know. The regret is that it pains him. It hurts him that you don't obey him. He is letting you know how it hurts. Okay, and that is the way he can let you know. That is how the God communicates with people. Okay, let's continue.
So tell us here, God told Abraham, "Kukum Isaac." Now, find say sacrifice, whatever. Now the Bible says that God was testing Abraham. Say, "Obekuna nazo unkuno." And I'm saying that no, the God that the Bible has spoken to me about knows everything.
Yeah.
So that God didn't have to test Abraham.
And oh yes, our God now back it off.
No. So that is my problem. That the inconsistency of God in the Bible boggles my mind. And
okay, I tell you for any inconsistency. God is trying to prove a point to you. The Bible says it many places. Love your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Okay, this is a statement now. God says if you obey God, you have to love God with all your heart and with all your soul. This was an example. There is one man in the Bible who did exactly that, and that was Abraham. God knows, but to prove to the people how to love God with all your heart and with all your soul, no, everything, no, God is once again showing you the part. People, you see, it will be in the Bible. You will say nobody can do this, but that was how much Abraham loved God. God knew God knew, but God is preparing a way, show you that there are some people who loved God with all their heart. That is the Bible. He knows, but he is giving you some information, details. You see, you didn't come to meet Abraham, but he's proving to you what Abraham did. Abraham loved God with all his heart. So even his child, he was ready to do that because that is how much he loved God. It's not that God didn't know. He knows, but he is trying to he is communicating with us. When he says love your God, did Obi Bibisa, Abraham, he loved God with all his heart. To a point, say he was ready to sacrifice his own child. It doesn't mean says I would them now and maybe will trima or so my guy is steady. Yes, steady Yanko Biana one cassa. Say what to them now with no voice to be safe for Bako Bibia. Doctor be Neko checkeno. Okay, this was some time now. God was before God will give do this orders. No, he showed himself to be a God before. Okay, the Bible, no, neso obi ti one man was so that be no akwakoya ade we say. They always get an evidence. Evidence is be by any miracles be. Essentially, they clear mom say okay, Yankopo bo we say we say no. Ono na wo yes adwuma we say no. So what they say nti na omodo omo to no so. And Abraham was an example. He worshiped God. He served God with all his heart, and he was even ready to do such a thing. And God is proving this to you. So God let something to show to you. Say Abraham was somebody now. He loved God with all his heart. This is my understanding. Okay, and it doesn't mean that God didn't know. It doesn't mean that he didn't know. Okay,
it worries me.
Would you do somebody about that?
Yes. Fifitio. Say and
was it Ujidi say Omo dia babe dadai? This is a statement now. They have putting it in our brain. And with who is Omo? Okay, and I said this many times. If you are sick and you go to the doctor the doctor prescribes some medicine for you. The doctor will give you the order how to take the medicine. Doctor never man will quite out fast a draw we say no. But be I am fancy what say obi chain nipa kona would tin in chain on pewasem. Doctor ne catch nipa kona say akra no yale amana draw no baako e dey bia man baako awia baako peasa. And I say enumere man baako. But there were two in China, and I said they would tell in China on power seminal. Nipakona or show so now on power seminal. Of Uber and more doing every day, but mammy, you know, mammy and son. And to yell and more yarn and more yarding. And yet a drone in a yard de bonnie, a drone and Cassania de bonnie, but the old feedy were drone already a drone in Maono on the yard de bonnie. And to yell or more for be a mamma that you a quina or mobile book in the buy, and I would babba that dies. See, only hope you until a book on you with a clear one, no from no shade. You bet him for book no wash no one say information on the man na you wrong. The better two and one near for the original one, the Jesus na kasa kafa on the book ni person what chere no what for no use. And the em for to me fan share on my father that or many hope you. And then obi a chere wo say near spell kwaku. Ne kwaku how or no spell kwaku the amount of W any T any Z any Y nyina na nam kwaku ni mu. Na later waka ko hunu say enye sa na spell kwaku. Still now we decide on the chair on say yes and spell kwaku bi one to the kwaku no kone na how na spell kwaku ni say because at the moment no obi any ho that obi abion enti yem fa the book no na yem fa edro na yeti be say ho yale no edro na be say ho yale yem fa in the proper way yes yem fa once a day enti after the once a day na be fa bon say after the yale na be sha tia den eso akọ but ye kusu na ye complain say omo dia ba be that but omo ni ho bion book no so na ye nye de na ekura omo no enye no ekura say no omo the emphasis say the slavery Bible now. Omo the call say your Bible now. You all bibia won't be the correct one. Wom. So what they say na. It will be for bibia meda die. Okay. The omo the buy no. Omo ye say omo the hobium. Open say.
Minute here. You come on Telegram come say. Oh, and kolan kitibi. No more sre. You might be saying it in one part. And you almost say man send it in one panana. Man jujubi and ye agrada bi bande be kum kwala na hebe kaseden see my timodi papa na kola kitikiti say almost so ten ho pa eso be kum we will not understand it, but when the Bible tells us say yakopon na ye dia then we accept it, say it's okay. So they were laughing at Elisha. Say, oh, we are ball. And so a bear came from the forest to kill all those children. Oh, come on, man. And then we accepted, oh, say Nyankopon. No! What kind of double standards is that? If we can accept that, say, nipa bi na yes sadia because it's evil there, but Nyankopon do yeah, okay. So, Fifi, these are the things that I talk about. Say, there are too many inconsistencies in the Bible regarding God. It has an effect on me. It gives me a problem serving this God who is so inconsistent and, if you will, wicked.
Okay, it's here for my man Kasama na baby Drew has said, okay, into what kind the story of Elisha and the bear now, but way youth no. So so story we say, you know, story we say that I'm a make crampo no. Michelle said na make question Bible no. This was one of my men a year hardcore na me hold say this can never be from God, because how now you can't story me no. Me and Kasano, I never read the story myself. And how now you can't story no, and they say and Elisha airflow people no want even flow na and crying by no say akokra tip of fro and yes I don't put a story in it here. And yes, I'm a story in it here. But how now you can't so what I make can say it could be said Mr. KSM or Kasa from the point of view no Kasano from the OT and I say be no on one understand it. On share and check book na and check book ni share and who say the story nepo air patch was saying okay. But we say na ye can say on only Nyankopon still one month on chain on can be fine home. The Nyankopon or consistent no can be fine okay. But enipa sometimes we want to judge God. Say the son of KSM why you has says okay. On the person or judging Nyankopon. Say Nyankopon ku obi a Nyankopon ye wicked. Or you wicked, I tell you, Amalekite for so. But in Yankopon and Kuomo, no almost stay now all mum ever be robo, and I say the Africans for be slave. Yankopon say wicked, anything I want kunko for we, no mamma no baba ye slave. And today is the baby or Mudi Yankopon Kakojano. We independent, we want to judge God. If God, because of his knowledge, you know, onim that you know, so or take action now or eliminate society before one man. He who said he's a wicked God, like he just said, because God knows the future, no. So we're not taking that option, no, ability, no, now or delete or shit. It could be a second free one man, or could be a morning in an crampona. Also, a wicked God. That same God, no, or man, obi tenacity say Hitler, or man, for the number by 5 Africans, number you almost slave for 400 years. Also, Yakupon, you wicked. I don't think I 1 year amount for. It is whatever Yankopon be and who person will judge Yankopon, but you cannot do so. Okay. The story of this Elisha and Elijah, ever say Elisha any bears, okay. Anybody bring a story na no. The story, no, it was about Elijah. Elijah, and he ascended the Ponkobia Edija, a Japon before Elijah koi. Elisha, not ni spiritual father, and I said the Udinachi, Elijah. And Elijah best koi, it doesn't even say na Elisha, young, old, and you're old, okay. Now we're unity home. In the culture, and I said in the system of the Jews, and I said at that time, you know, if somebody was mourning and say, "Obi, the biatu obi," because in the master call, you could shave the hair as a sign of mourn or arahwakano. So what they say now. It doesn't say anywhere say Elisha was old. It doesn't say that nowhere in the Bible. And the reason why now the children they were not like children. The Bible, some versions of the Bible, no, uses small children and answer babies, but they weren't children like and crank. No, the Bible has something called accountability, the age of accountability. At a certain age, you know, so when you're through the Bible, you will not be condemned. It's in a Bible now. Okay, let me give you some Bible verses. And they weren't children like they presented to us. There be omunye children, sir, okay. According to my verses, be screen, so now should be okay. Because then tembiano, my point in here clear. There are children now in the Bible, no, we don't hold them accountable according to the Bible. Let me show you something on the screen. Okay, hope that at the screen is on. Okay, Matthew chapter 18. Verse number 1 going, okay, who is the greatest? And the Bible teaches that who is the greatest? That is the topic of this chapter. Okay. At that time, the disciples came to Jesus saying, "Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" And calling to him a child. And you see, he called to him a child. He put him on the midst of them and said, "Truly I say to you, unless you turn and become like children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven." You see, whoever humbles himself like a child, like this child, is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. So children are children who do not know the right from wrong. They will not be held accountable. That is why Jesus is using children here. So these people who came to Elisha, they weren't children, even though some versions of the Bible uses the word children. Okay, and that's a small. Let me show you. There are different verses. It says, this is 2 Kings chapter 2, verse number 23. Okay. From there, Elisha went up to Bethel. As he was walking along the road, some boys came out to him. Some boys came out to the town and jeered at him. "Get out here, get out of here, body." So answer this verse, no, it uses boys. So it wasn't children, it uses boys. Okay. And then there are some versions, there are some translations now. It uses small boys. Okay, like this one, English Standard, it uses small boys. So if you only read this version, you may think that they were children. Why would they happen? Why would God do such a thing to children? It is not children, they were youth. Just like, let me use an example, like P Black is. Okay, like youth, they were youth. They could be 20s, they could be 17, they could be 18, they could be 15. They weren't children like small kids, because they are the kingdom of heaven. That's what the Bible teaches. And these children, they were not like let me say, how do I say this? There were many. Okay, there were many children. They were not like only. Let's read the verse one more time. Okay. From there, Elisha went to Bethel, and he was walking along the road. He wasn't climbing any mountain like the people. When I was a child, I remember they were saying he was climbing a mountain, and then they say there be some boys came out to the town of Jared at him. "Get out of here, body." They said, "Get out of here, body." Okay. So there are also another translations. They will say, "Go up, go up, go up." Okay. The reason why they were saying "get out of here, go up, go up, go up" was because Elisha was ascended to heaven. He was ascended up. So they were like attacking Elijah had ascended up. Now Elijah call. These people, they were attacking Elisha too. So Elijah so only the same thing. They didn't want the man of God around there. Okay, so the prophet of God who was representing God at that time, when before say Elisha crampo benyensa Elijah bekono. Elijah the ntoma mpoma Elisha anase bibisa. Okay, Emma Elisha the ntoma no or the she or the boy in so mu separate me, you know. Emma ne cross so said the Moses time happen, you know. It be happen what this version we says, you know. So Emma Elisha na nkofo ni nya ensuo mponom anaso omo nsuo na omo nom no area mu honom no, it wasn't good proper enough. Elisha then ede enchene egu nsuo no mu ka kire omo se ensuo we say no ebe wo honom da ebe ye clean for them, and assassin so be ebedo. And Elisha made miracles to prove to them that he was a prophet. But these people, they came to hunt, and I said, "No, tata prophet of God." No? So he turned around, looked at them, and called down a curse on the name of on them in the name of the Lord. Then 2 bears came out of the woods and mauled 42 of the boys. Listen carefully. Key point in here: 42 of the boys. 42 of the boys. So people now, they were there, no, they were surrounded, no, they were more than 42, but bear no it hold on to 42. There were only 2 bears. They were there, and maybe Crampono, these 40 boys, you know, they were fighting with the bears because they thought that they could handle these bears because they were plenty. So 42 of them, because a bear cannot catch 10 boys at a time. You get a point. So these boys, they were so rebellious, say they were even trying to fight these bears, because 2 bears cannot harm 42 children at one time. And there were more than 42 children, but there only 42 of them. So the rest left. But say yeah, can't story reaction why they never what tell you anything about this story. Okay. Tell them man for who story we say no. It wasn't like only 42, and they were like little children who knew nothing. They were adults, they were like young adults, young youth who knew there were many, and all of them coming onto one man, one single man, and shouting on him, go up, like Elijah went up. So I don't know, so what they say, go up. So they were like taunting this man. And then this man representing for God, like you are taunting God. You are attacking God. That is the representative of God. So she showed them the power, okay, of God. And then we can read according to God's questions. Okay, so if you have any questions about such Bible verses, there are some pages on the internet that you can also check, and then you will get the understanding. So let me read this short understanding here, okay? In summary, 2 Kings, okay, that is where we just read, it's not an account of God marrying children, okay, young children, for making fun of bored man. Rather, it is a record of an insulting demonstration against God's prophet by a large group of young men. Because these young people of about 20 years of age or older, the same term is used of Solomon in First Kings. First Kings, say the same word, no. Solomon a little child, but even though so on a child, okay, into these people they were not children, like they claim, no. So despite despise the prophet of the Lord, Elisha called upon the Lord to deal with the rebels as he saw fit. The Lord's punishment was the marring of 42 of them by 2 female bears. The penalty was clearly justified. For to ridicule Elisha was to ridicule the Lord himself. The seriousness of the crime was indicated by the seriousness of the punishment. The appalling judgment was God's warning to all who would scorn the prophet of the Lord. Okay, so this is what the Bible commentary or the interpretations they give you understanding. They weren't like just children. They were youths, okay, they were youths. And this is what KSM maybe didn't know, and maybe he should also start if you don't know something and you are judging it, you should mind your words, okay, because you never know, maybe this is your false understanding, and then you are saying certain things, it will cause you trouble maybe the hereafter, okay. So that was KSM saying all these things. Let's continue.
The story be a kind of say na ark out of form, and some people want to hold the ark because some say out of form, and God has anger kill them. So come on, man. And if you make me then they are simple, oh. I serve a God that I believe has unconditional love.
Okay, so he also complained about the ark, okay, and this is the seriousness of God's judgment. When he says it now, he will do it. This is what you should even also one more examples, no. He means what he says, and he says what he means. So when he tells you something, you should also show with him the seriousness of his command. So he then ended by saying, "Say, only God now or worship no also saying love, unconditional love. What kind of God is this? So in God, he don't punish. I forgive you. You go and rape, I forgive you. No punishment. That is the kind of God now he's like introducing. There's no consequence of your actions. You see now. So, but the host never asked him, say, God Ben I worship. Which God is this? He never asked.
Nice one.
That's what I believe.
Oko Church.
Majai.
Wajai Church, okay. It's here for we will make a part 2 of this video because my time is up. I have to go. Wajai Church call based on we will continue here, okay. So KSM in this video, okay, I want you to reconsider and your understanding of God, okay. Yes, God is almighty, God is all-knowing. God, the knowledge of God, we don't have even but God has found a way, or God is making a way to show us, okay, to relate with us. That is the beauty in the Bible. I haven't seen any God who did such a thing, coming as Jesus Christ and do such a thing for us. Even if it is not true, the idea that the God who created you will do such a thing for you, that is love. And that's what the Bible is teaching. Okay, KSM. And I will continue this video, no, because my time as soon was okay. Seto SSK, Mr. So unim KSM, now unim maybe a Kingdom plus FM radio honum Fifi Pratt, more video with man and Sanked, woman and Montre KSM, okay. Now a be or no understanding of God now or not no, the unconditional love God, it cannot be a true God. A true God, is not unconditional love, because unconditional love is saying you can do anything and he will forgive you. There is no consequence in your actions. Somebody go and rape is okay, unconditional love, no punishment. Because the people now, they were punished. You see, God, he punished a lot of people in the Bible, but include almost children at a certain age, they are unaccountable. Even if they die, they're not going to be judged. So they are unaccountable. That is what the Bible teaches. So if God punishes people, you say he's wicked. If God let them live and they are destroying things, you say, what kind of God is this? And you are claiming the unconditional love God, which it's like you are saying you love your wife unconditional. So your wife can go out, you put your money there, your wife takes your money and go and do shopping unconditional. You forgive him. You love your children unconditionally. So you buy for them. Your child is like maybe 7 years old. You buy the newest iPhone for your child because he demanded it. Unconditional love. You see now, it doesn't work like this. You love your child unconditional, so you not even bring him to school because maybe they will whip him. So you keep your child at home, unconditional love. What kind of love is this? That is an imaginary God. Okay, there is nothing like unconditional love. There is always something. There is a limit, and God proved that in the Bible. He said he gave Abraham. He told him these people, they will have 400 years, 4 generations till their cup is full. So he gave people time before he brings his punishment. Okay, so this unconditional love, but you never introduce this God to us. Okay, Seto SSK. I will just end this conversation here. And please now, so when you KSM, mami, sewa amon share mami. So me so me can be na one menya adwena. This is not a matter of insulting. Okay, it is about educating ourselves. The information is not a deba bontino. So we say a wronger. You can also educate us, and also educate me. Say the bay I'm so me be a frame. Okay, Seto SSK ni. So when join a platform where I'm sewa. Join the platform, no. It was YouTube, it was Facebook, it was TikTok. So okay. Subscribe to pages, no. Never support the platform we say no. Me the man be serious. Seto SSK for Mama bye.